Good morning. How are you this morning? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. I'm the old fart from Canada that's hanging out in Rancho Mirage, California at the moment to escape winter. Um, and I just want to say hi to you all this morning and welcome you to my channel. It's called Stock Markets with Bruce, in case you don't know what the channel is called. I operate a website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. And if you've got any guts, you'll get your butt over there right now and you'll pick up some classes on how to write stock options. Because I'm telling you, yesterday you got a warning shot across the bow. And if you didn't recognize it, you are in big trouble. There are people watching me here who are not understanding how vulnerable they are to an absolute financial disaster. I don't want to sound alarmist, but I'm trying to get your dang attention here. If you're following me and you believe in what we're doing around here, you had a wonderful day yesterday. You had a great day yesterday. The market took a dump. Did you hear the story that $1 trillion of market value was eviscerated yesterday? How much of that trillion was your money? Did you lose some of this $1 trillion that apparently the market lost? Billionaires around the world took a bath yesterday. Did you hear that? Supposedly brilliant, smart people. By the way, billionaires are just as stupid as everyone else, okay? They're idiots like the rest of us, okay? I'm an idiot, you're an idiot, billionaires are idiots. The question is whether you're a successful idiot. Are you successful as an idiot, or are you a moron that's broke? I guess that's the answer to the question. It's okay. I'm not trying to insult anybody here. I'm just trying to say, look, yesterday should have been a great day for you. Yesterday should have been a fantastic day for you. Yesterday morning, you should have woken up, noticed that Bruce is on the air at 3 in the freaking morning Pacific time. What's wrong with this guy? Uncle Bruce was with you yesterday for almost 4 hours. How many other YouTubers that you know that offer lessons on how to get rich and deliver, because there are people on this channel making a lot of money because of me. How many of those creators were with you yesterday holding your hand pre-market and into the market? I don't know. I haven't got time to watch the other YouTubers, but I doubt there were very many out there. All day yesterday, all during this show, there were 330 to 360 people watching me at the height of my show. And I'm sitting here begging for thumbs ups from these people, begging. I have to beg you guys to give me a bloody thumbs up. It's unbelievable. I have to do it again today because you're lazy. And you forget, and that's just no big deal. I've been begging you for 6 months or longer. Sell your shares. Go into cash. Write options from a cash position. And don't get caught with something coming out of left field that could wipe you out. And thank God, a bunch of you took my advice. And it took a while. It wasn't the first second I mentioned it that you did it, but after a few days and weeks and months, some of you finally went and said, I'll sell half of my shares and I'll write cash secured puts on those. And then the other half, I'll write covered calls on them, or maybe I'll do some permanent covered calls tradings. And over time, I grinded you, I guess I should say grinded you and ground you into a fine powder. And finally, a certain percentage of you who are watching me finally got off your butts and said, all right, okay, I have to admit, I sold half my stock a month ago, 2 months ago, and I wrote cash secured puts. And this guy is telling me, why don't you earn interest on this money that's just sitting in your dang account, a bunch of which isn't even yours? And so you made some moves, or your brokerage firm pays you balances, interest on balances. Some of you were objecting, going, I can't get interest on cash balances. This is money that's committed for these trades. And you got off your duff and you figured it out. Thank God. Because sometimes you have to do stuff yourself. And some of you have come to me and said, man, I can't believe it, Uncle Bruce. I cannot believe it. My account value is the highest it's ever been since I've ever invested in the market. I have more money in value. I have more value in my account, which is basically cash, than I have ever had ever on any bull market run in my past. There are people who are telling me here who said to me, back in 03, 04, 05, I had the most money I ever had. I had real estate. The market was hot. I was flipping houses, but I didn't have cash. I had assets, but I didn't have cash. I had loans, lots of loans from lots of eager lenders to flip into real estate. And I was wealthy at one point in time. And then it all went away in 2008, 2009, 2010. And you built it back and you built it back. And then you found me in 2021. How? I don't know. But you found me. Maybe you were gambling on GameStop and you found me. And you've now realized from that point on, I could just be a gambler on that kind of stuff, or I could do what this guy talks about. Why don't I write options on my GameStop shares and bring money in off of the GameStop gamblers that are gambling on the stock through options, and just take the money from these guys because it's unbelievable. And in 4 years, you have watched the weekly turnover of the options market go from $1 trillion, $2 trillion a week to $5 trillion a week. And you're getting your fair share. And you're taking money off the table. And in the last 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 days, you started to listen to me and you started to sell off GameStop shares and SoFi shares and Rocket Lab shares and NVIDIA stock. And I don't know what you guys are sitting on. You started selling off whatever equities you're holding to turn around and start writing cash secured puts. And you picked the stocks you wanted to do that on. You decided, Uncle Bruce, if this market were to back off and I had to pick 3 or 4 stocks that I would be willing to buy at a significant discount to this market, those shares would be this stock, this stock, this stock, and this. I'm going to write cash secured puts on those. I'm going to write nothing but cash secured puts on one stock or on just 2 stocks, or I'm going to write cash secured puts on 5 different stocks. This is your call. You decide. There is no wrong answer. Writing cash secured puts means you're hauling in cash of other people's money, wads of it, potentially. And you're earning daily interest on a whack of money, of which 60, 70% is yours. The rest is the streets. You're getting a whack of interest on all this capital. And when you factor it out, you go backwards and figure out all the money that's in my account that is earning interest, only this much of it is my money. The rest is all the gamblers that have given me their money. And I've taken money in on cash secured puts. I've taken money in on credit spread trades. I'm a happy camper. And I'm bringing in this much interest on this much cash that's mine. And you figure out what the yield is on your money. And now you know whether you're making money or not. You're making real money or not. You are now doing what the most successful investors in the world do and have done for decades. But you were never in that position. You were the sap back in 2005, if you're that old, that bought real estate and borrowed all kinds of money from bankers for all kinds of teaser rates to flip houses. You're the sap that took a 0.5 point interest rate deal or a 0.99% interest rate deal on a truck 3-4 years ago and are still paying $800 a month, $1,000 a month on a truck that is falling in value like you cannot believe. Hey, we're all saps. We all get caught in the asset game thinking we're rich or we're doing really well because we're in this house, we own this vehicle, I wear nice clothing, I went on a nice trip, I'm a winner. It's the American way. It's the American way. It's the way. It's the way of how we measure success. In reality, though, what you really have to ask yourself is, if the market loses $1 trillion of value in one trading day, how much did I lose versus how much did I make? Was I a winner because the market dropped $1 trillion yesterday, or was I a loser? If you're a loser because you're long stock, you're a loser. You're a gambler. You're on the floor of the casino hoping for the best. If you're a long-term investor, you can justify it by saying, hey, I'm like Warren Buffett, Bruce. I'm into these stocks for the long haul, and I will tolerate swings in my market. It's all right. I'll do it. Fair enough. But I know a lot of you aren't thinking that way. You don't do that. You are not in that frame of mind. Many of you here are watching me every day, and you're saying to yourself, I want to stop working for anyone else other than myself. I don't want my day job. I don't want to wait until I'm 65 to retire. I don't want my my employer to show up on a Friday afternoon meeting and tell the department I'm in that we're getting rid of 20% of you guys and we'll let you know Monday who still has a job or not. I don't want to be in that position. I want to be managing my assets from my position. And screw the rest of the world. I want to take care of my house, my needs, my family. I want to be in a power position. I'm not in a power position if I am employed by this company, because 99% of the money that comes into the house comes from this organization that I don't own. And so I am vulnerable to being let go at any time because they got bought out by a company out of Sweden. I don't know. And they laid off half the staff, and I was included. Can't be that vulnerable. I'm not going to let that happen to me. I saw it happen to a friend of mine. I saw it happen to a relative of mine. I know my parents 15 years ago, or my dad 20 years ago got laid off from whatever. I've seen this play, and I don't like this game. I like the game where I'm in charge of my life and I run my affairs my way. So yesterday, I'm asking you, how did you do? How did your stock portfolio fare? How did your account value do? If you were an option writer writing covered calls, you should have had a good day yesterday. Now, you might say, Bruce, hey, listen, I agree. My calls went down in value, but man, I wrote calls on NVIDIA. I own 5,000 shares of NVIDIA, or 500 shares of NVIDIA, 100 shares of NVIDIA. I wrote on NVIDIA. I bought deep in the money calls in NVIDIA, and I'm writing poor man covered calls on NVIDIA. And yes, my options that I wrote went down in value, but so did my underlying security. On the other hand, if you're saying to me, well, actually, Bruce, you know what happened? I sold stock, and I only write cash secured puts, and I only do credit spreads. And I did NVIDIA credit spreads. I wrote call credit spreads like you warned us, way out of the money, that expire in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And those suckers got the crap kicked out of them. And I am laughing because my credit spread, the credit that I got, half of it is already mine. 3/4 is now mine. Thank you, Uncle Bruce, because my cash is sitting here, right here. It's still sitting up here. And the credit spread is now valued down to here, which means the gap is also mine. A larger percentage of the money in my account is now my money. A smaller percentage of the money in my account is gambler's money. I'm winning. And there's the name of the game around here. Can you liquidate your portfolio to be an option writer from a cash position to avoid days like yesterday that might become very normal in the next 3 months? You remember, I was begging you guys in December and in November, right after the election, I was begging you people, look, the market is euphoric because the market thinks that Golden Boy is just the answer to my long-term investment needs. And a lot of billionaires thought they would become trillionaires this year by just getting into the game and into the momentum trade. And then it all pilfered away in late December. And then he got inaugurated. And now there's all kinds of crap happening here. And we have only just started the party, pal. Because have you noticed in the first 2 days, the new Department of Defense guy that's running the Department of Defense, good old Pete. There's all kinds of turmoil in the Department of Defense happening right now, all kinds of it, and it's going to translate to the stock market. Bet your sweet bippy on this one. The $850 billion Department of Defense is about to upset the market futures guesswork as to what the hell's happening with defense stocks. We have just started. This is an uncertainty nightmare that is going to infect this market. And no matter how great tax cuts are going to be because we maintain them, how great things are going to be because we're putting tariffs on other countries, how great all this other stuff is. If you mess with the $850 billion defense budget, that's $850 billion a year, and decisions are going to be made in the next few weeks, days, months that could affect the next 5 to 10 years of defense spending, which means I'm talking to you not about $850 billion of uncertainty. I'm talking to you about $8.5 trillion of uncertainty without inflation raising the cost of the defense budget. All right. So think 10 years out. If Lockheed Martin and Boeing and all these other outfits that make bullets, missiles, cannons, helmets, boots, guns, anything, airplanes, if all these guys are not sure what their contracts look like, are going to look like, what kind of scrutiny they're under, you're talking about a massive pullback of investment into defense procurement. We're talking private capital being funded by a socialist government, the United States, in the Department of Defense, a social agency called the Defense Department, funding a huge amount of capital for the private sector. And over 10 years, we're talking $8.5 trillion. Yesterday, the market had a $1 trillion shot across the bow. Now we're talking about a full-blown torpedo coming into the belly of the ship from within. We're not talking about a shot across the bow from China. We're talking about a shot across the bow, a shot right into the heart of the ship from the United States itself, because of the philosophy of the people who are now running the United States. They don't like it the way it is. These people want to make dramatic changes. Dramatic changes means uncertainty. Uncertainty means people get out of the market first. Shoot first, ask questions later, get the hell out of Dodge. That's what happened yesterday. People were selling stock they shouldn't have sold. That's what happens in a market panic. We didn't even have a panic yesterday. 1,000-point loss, 1,200-point loss on the NASDAQ was a 5% loss pre-market yesterday morning when I was on the air at 3 a.m. Pacific time to remind you to get the hell out of the market. That was a nothing burger. We're going to go now 8 times larger than that. Potential uncertainty of $8.5 trillion in spending. Count on it. There are business people out there who are saying, and investors who say this, and maybe you're one of them. Well, when the time comes, I'll make the adjustment. I know when to sell. I know when the right time is to get. I won't get caught when the music stops and there are only 2 chairs left and there are 4 of us walking around them. I won't be one of those people. Really? You think you're that smart, do you? You're not. We're not. We're idiots. The smart money and the long-term money and the folks who are going to win in the end and always win. Good markets, bad markets, flat markets. Cash holders, they're the winners. They have the power. Those who have cash have the power because they have the time to decide what to do rather than be in a panic decision mode. Those who hold assets that are leveraged, like mortgages, car loans, credit card debt, these are the folks that are vulnerable to some real serious crap, like a paycheck that isn't going to be there starting next month, a raise that didn't come through, a bonus you were counting on that in the next week will be obvious to you you're not getting the bonus check 6 months from now. You thought you were in line for a bonus check, and it is being eviscerated because the future of the company you're with just got the crap kicked out of it. You had nothing to do with the future of the company. You didn't make decisions that made the company have a problem. No, the world made decisions, changed its mind. A merger acquisition took place, and your manager isn't there anymore. And the senior manager above that manager and the senior VP above that, they're not there anymore. They're the ones who are deciding bonus options and bonuses. Those bonus people are gone. They got bought off, and you're vulnerable to the new group that wants to give you a 25% pay cut. You want to avoid this crap, you got to be cash rich. You have to have your money make your money, not your brains or your wits about you in your office to make you money, because you're vulnerable to an outside force that you can't control. Look, I know some of you love your jobs and you don't want to leave the firm, but you're going to have to anyway, because you're going to get kicked out or the firm isn't going to be there anymore. That happens a lot. People who've loved their jobs, lost their jobs, not because they were terrible. It's because the company was run in a stupid way, or someone else came in and took over your company, or your entire department was phased out and replaced by artificial intelligence that yesterday took $1 trillion out of the market. Artificial intelligence has been the boogeyman for a lot of people out there going, oh, is they going to cost me my job? Are they going to cost me my career? Am I going to be replaced by artificial intelligence? Well, the first part of that statement happened yesterday, where $1 trillion of stock value was eviscerated by artificial intelligence being better than this artificial intelligence. Apparently the Chinese have artificial intelligence too. Who knew the Chinese had any idea how to write software programs and make chips and produce artificial intelligence in their own right? Who knew that? That's a shock. Welcome to the party, pal. You just got a Will Smith dope slap. The entire market got a Will Smith dope slap yesterday and still doesn't know what the hell happened. Because this morning, the talk this morning is, oh, NVIDIA's up this morning. It's all good now. We're all happy again. It's all great. NVIDIA, yay. Lost $24.20 a share yesterday. I'm just looking down here at my trusty telephone here. There's your NVIDIA. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't, sorry. 21.93 is where it is right now. It's up $3.50 a share. It lost 24.20 yesterday. This is called, in the business, a dead cat bounce. This NVIDIA could lose another $20 today. Very possible. I'm not saying it will, but it sure as hell could. And this is where a whole bunch of folks out there are going, wait a minute, whoa. Are you telling me that my mother's got the hots for me? No, I'm not telling you that. Are you telling me that the market is going to have another dump of another $1 trillion? It could. And I'm going to ask you this simple question. This is not personal. I'm not mad, not angry. I'm actually quite a happy guy. I'm really pumped up. I want to know this question from you guys. If the market lost $1 trillion today in value between the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Dow, would your account be hit real hard by that? Or would your cash balance account be up at the end of the day with another $1 trillion wipeout? If the market in the next month were to lose $3 trillion in value, and the S&P and the NASDAQ were to drop 15% in value over the next month, so it's not a one-day loss, it's just a trickle. How would you be doing with your portfolio? What if SoFi were at $15 a share, GameStop went to 20, Rocket Lab went down to $20 a share, NVIDIA went from 122 to 102, Apple was off another 5%, and Microsoft was down 15-20%. How would your account be doing? If the answer is I would be in big trouble, my ETFs would be really hit by my work savings plan would really take a shot. Maybe you need to make some adjustments. If your answer is, well, actually, Bruce, I'm sitting on a mountain of money right now because I sold all my stock like you suggested here in the last 6 months. You were I got the message. I dumped it. I don't have to worry about Tesla, and I don't have to worry about the Chinese making electric cars. I don't have to worry about NVIDIA and artificial intelligence coming from somewhere else. I'm sitting on a mountain of money, and I wrote cash secured puts where I'm happy to buy back stock at a discount. Whatever that stock is, I'm happy to buy it because I know the minute I get assigned, if I'll just sell the stock again and write another batch of cash secured puts because I'm making money on the time premium writing these suckers. I know that I wrote $7 cash secured puts on SoFi, the $20 January 2026s. I wrote them for $7, okay? I know I'm on the hook to buy SoFi at $13 a share. If I get assigned today with the stock sitting at about 16 and I actually am paying 13 for it, I can just sell the stock tomorrow for $16 and write $20 cash secured puts for January 26, and I'm going to get $6.50 for them. Thank you. Make me buy it again at $13.50. I just sold the stock for 16. I'll buy it back for $13.50. Bruce, that's how I work now. That's how I live now. That's how I think now with the market. I am cash rich and only cash rich. And I write cash secured puts and I do credit spreads. And when I write a credit spread on GameStop, I'm doing a put credit spread and I'm doing 18 to 20s or 20 to 21s or 22s, 24s. When I do credit spreads on NVIDIA, I do call credit spreads on NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Facebook. I'm 15, 20% out of the money, way up there. And I give the market 1 to 4 weeks of time and haul in a lovely little credit. I haul in 8% gross credit on 10 grand. I get $800 and I give back 200 of it and keep 600. And that is a week of my time. I use $50,000, Uncle Bruce. I bring in $4,000. That's 8%. I give back $800 and keep the rest for 1 to 2 weeks of my time. And I do that every couple of weeks. And I'm going to keep doing this because I'm sitting on a mountain of money that's hauling in daily interest that no stock can beat. There is no stock I can buy out there that is giving me a 6% yield on dividend. That doesn't exist. And I'm worried that corporate America is coming up with results this quarter, next quarter. And I'm worried about a couple things. One, they might match the estimates that they were supposed to match, but they cannot give me a rosy outlook because the new cabinet members taking over the Department of the Interior, the Department of Education, the Department of Defense, the Department of whatever department we're talking about, cannot assure investors through their statements that the companies that supply services and merchandise to the U.S. government are going to be getting the same kind of contracts going forward. And this is where the entire U.S. economy, 40% of it, is dependent on deficit spending by the federal government, including the Defense Department. And voters out there are insisting on a lower deficit. Great. Which companies would you like to have the stock go down by 50% on? Just pick them off and we'll start cutting spending. That ain't happening in my district, says this congressman. That ain't happening in my state, says this senator. There aren't the votes there, but the uncertainty is about to hit. It may have started already. If you're a cash holder, you're hauling in interest income on your cash that is annihilating any dividend you can get from any stock, period. Right now, you buy IBM stock, you're getting about a 3% yield on your money. Three quarters of 1% every quarter is the dividend you're going to get. So if you got $100,000 of IBM, you're going to get $3,000 a year in dividends, as long as those dividends are safe. And they should be. IBM's a good company. You're getting $750 every 3 months, $250 a month from IBM, from $100,000. This is your retirement. Right now, you're getting $3,000 a year towards your retirement from IBM, $100,000. If IBM drops 10% in value in the next 6 months, you're down to 90 grand. You could say, well, I'm getting $3,000 on 90. I'm actually getting 3.3% of my money. That's true, but you didn't pay 90 if you bought it today. You paid 100. you're down 10 grand, and now you need 3.3 years to get your money back on dividends to replace the 10,000 you lost on the drop of the value of the stock. This is true of every investor, okay? Every pension fund, hedge fund, mutual fund, ETF, they're all in the same boat just like you, but they're into it for millions and billions. If you're an option writer on IBM, great. You write call options on it, great. You're writing 110s right now, 105s, 115s, good for 2 months, 3 months, bringing in some more income, great. The stock backs off, you'll roll your contracts, you'll buy them back and write another batch, and you'll deflect the losses dramatically. Good move. This is smart. And maybe after all, in the next year or two, the shares go from 100 down to 100,000 in your account, goes 100,000 down to 90,000 in stock value, back to 100,000 in stock value. But in the meantime, you've hauled dividend in, and you've hauled in premiums on your contracts. Okay, good. And maybe you're up $10,000 or $15,000 over 2 or 3 years. Now, on the other hand, if you sell your IBM right now and write cash secured puts for say 110s, 100s, even good for a year, you can bring a serious whack of dough to add to the $100,000, and then you can get interest on that dough higher than the dividend, because right now you can buy a BIL ETF and get 5% on your money. It's a T-bill return. You can go corporate bonds through the ETFs and get higher, maybe upwards of 8. So if you get 8% on 120 grand or 115 grand of total cash sitting there, that beats a 3% dividend on 100. Stock goes down to $90. You don't own any stock. You didn't lose any money. No, you've wrote cash secured puts. You're willing to buy the stock at a discount because the premium you got for that cash secured put is the discount against the strike price. And you're saying, oh, sell to me. I'll buy it. That if the shares are, from 100 a share or whatever, a share down 5%, they come back, you're not going to get exercise, especially on a long-term cash secured put. You're going to haul in interest on all this cash and sit on that premium money. That contract will shrink in value down to its book value, if there is one, or it'll shrink into worthless territory, because if you wrote an at-the-money put and the stock stays at the same price, your put is worthless. You keep all the premium and all the interest, and you calculate how much of the interest you hold in that was your money versus all the money. And you didn't haul in 5 to 8% interest. You hauled in much more than that. Welcome to the party, pal. You don't have to get caught up in this ridiculous environment we're entering right now at light speed. I've been warning you about this for 6 months. I've been warning you about it big time since November the 5th, 6th, 7th. And here we are. The new president is running the show, and they are bringing out proclamations that are just making investors go, what does that mean? What does that mean for my company? What does that mean for that department? Isn't the company that I'm investing in, 20% of their business comes from the department of blah, 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 and that radical cabinet member is a Tea Party person, and they don't believe in this or that or the other thing? What about the Department of Health? Isn't that RFK? Isn't that who's supposed to run that thing? You want to bet the future of the entire pharmaceutical business on this guy? Really? Yikes, I say. Yikes. Anyway, hey, you decide what you want to do, but if you've got the money and you're sitting on cash, you got power, and you're not vulnerable to swings of $1 trillion a day in the marketplace. A nice position to be in. Welcome all to the program. Welcome all to the channel. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are. Thank you for tolerating my rants, but man, I cannot tell you second to second what is going on. And we've got at least 2 years of this. At least 2 years of uncertainty that is coming down the turnpike here. I have no words. I really do not know what to think. I'm praying. I am praying deep inside. I'm not religious, but I'm just using it as an expression. I'm praying that you guys are not vulnerable to $1 trillion market swings that are going to wipe you out, or that are going to severely damage your ability to get ahead in life. I am hoping and praying that this year, 2025 and 2026, will be what they should be. the best years for returns on your cash that you've ever imagined. You do not need the market to go up 25% this year to make a nickel. Not at all. You have got such unbelievable potential to become ridiculously well off by being a smart holder of capital and putting your capital to work. And you have the chance, again, if you dare to dream, to quit that day job at age 43, or to get out of your career or get out of that office by age 54 and be retired. They'll call you retired, but you're not retired, okay? Don't stop getting sucked in. And I'm guilty of this. I really am. I talk about how you could be retired by running your own assets. You're not going to be retired. And people who don't work for a living are not retired. They're just not working a full-time day job. They're now doing stuff in their day that they want to do or maybe have to do in the position they're in, because the capital coming into their household has now been replaced by other sources. That's all it is. And if you're going to become an option writer, a full-time option writer, you're going to adopt this lifestyle as your new normal, and you're going to be at home and maybe watch me for a while and watch Bloomberg and watch CNBC and Fox Business or whatever you're into. It doesn't matter. And you're going to become an option writer. And that's your new career. You're an asset manager. But I want you to be an asset manager. I really would like you to be an asset manager from managing cash. I want you to manage cash, not stock certificates. This is where the money is. You're taking your income from the options market. Oh, no question. But you're also taking income from the Treasury Department and from corporate bonds. You're taking interest income from the world at large, the world in which you live, the world that you understand. That's it. By the way, thank you for the 134 thumbs ups. I'm still begging you, hit that thumbs up button for me, please. Hit it. We hit 300 yesterday. We barely hit 300. We shouldn't have any trouble hitting 300 thumbs ups today. We have 297 of you here. Hit the thumbs up button, please. The question of the day. Have you seen this thing? 207 results already, which shocks me, wonderfully shocks me. I got 207 results on the poll question. I got 134 thumbs ups. Why you guys don't do it at the same time, I don't get it. Maybe you hate me. Maybe you hate me. I sold off a certain percentage of my stocks and hold cash to write cash secured puts and or credit spreads. Now, 211 people have answered that question. How many have not sold off any of their shares? 40%. 40%. That's a little over 80 of you have not sold off any stock at all. You're just writing covered calls, maybe. You're doing... Maybe you are doing credit spreads. I don't know, but you're holding stock. You're holding paper. You're not in a cash position. I sold under 25% of my shares, Bruce. That's 19%. I sold 25 to 50% of all my shares, 13%. And over 50%, I either sold all of it or 50% or 54% or 75% or 80%, or I sold all of it. 27% are saying that's what I've done. That's over 50, 55 of you now? That's not bad. 55%, 55 of you folks out of the 215 here, you sold over half of all your stock, and you are hauling in cash secured put income. You're hauling in credit spreads. I'll bet you, if I asked a secondary question behind that first question, which asked those of you who have all stock, sold 25% of your stock, sold half your stock, sold all your stock or more. How did you do yesterday? Did you make money, or did you lose money, or did you break even? I will bet you that those who sold no stock lost money yesterday, because they're sitting on paper. Paper went down, generally speaking. There were winners yesterday. It wasn't like every stock went down. But I'll bet you that a good chunk of those folks who haven't sold any of their shares at all are losing. And from 0 to 25% or so, they're losing. 25 to 50% may have broken even, and 50% or more. I bet you most of you made money yesterday, especially if you're into cash secured put writing and credit spread work. boy, did you guys have a good day yesterday. I'm sure you did. Now, look, I know that some of you who didn't sell anything, you can't sell anything. You're sitting in accounts where you're not allowed to do credit spread trades. You're not allowed to do cash secured put rights. You can only do covered call writing. That's really all you can do. And you did do covered call writing in the last, you always do it. You've been doing it. And maybe some of you did win yesterday. Some of you were able to buy back calls that you wrote last week, last month, and you bought them at a nice cheap price. I know that there are winners here in every area of option writing. I get it. And also your argument is, to me, and again, it's not an argument, it's just a fact. Uncle Bruce, I hold stock in this company because I worked for these guys and I earned these shares over 15 years. And my tax consequence, if I sell these shares and liquidate them and try to do something else, will be severe. So I'll just write calls on this stuff and haul in income. And you know what? I write a call for $6 and buy it at 3 or 2. I consider that a win because half the price that I got for that call option when I wrote it was premium, time premium, and half was book value, or all of it was time premium. And it all came into me as time went by. And yeah, the stock went down yesterday a couple of dollars a share, which sped up the depreciation of my calls. Bruce, I'm a winner. And I go, yes, you are a winner. And I love you for it. Keep up the great work. If you're restricted to what kind of trading you can do, but you can do this kind of trading and these are the results you're pulling in, keep up the damn good work. Because I know you're not selling the stock today. You're not going to sell the stock tomorrow. You're going to be writing calls on this stuff 3 years from now. You're going to haul in money on this stuff. Fantastic. For those of you out there, however, who were gambling on the success of this or that or anything else, you decided, no, I'm going to do what Bruce says. I'm going to get out and I'm going to write cash secured puts and build my cash balance. This SoFi move, I got out of my stock at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I got out anywhere in that range and I wrote cash secured puts and I've rolled cash secured puts. You're a winner. You are a winner. The SoFi shares this morning are $16.14. We open in 16 minutes. The company's a winner. Massive, massive winner. And anyone who thinks these guys are going to $5 a share and then delist, what drug are they on? I don't know what planet they live on. This outfit will have serious news announcements going forward that are coming out with details of the latest announcements that were buried yesterday on subsequent developments. Some of you were letting me know that, SoFi is doing a deal with Marriott or Hilton on some kind of a sponsored deal, and they just got a government of the United States contract for millions of people to hold SoFi cards. Oh yeah, this news is going to compound the results, and this is another reason why, with outfits like this, the U.S. government and the major hotel chains and other operators, this is why this company is going to be an S&P 500. And they're not going to be number 499 on the ranking of largest S&P 500 companies. They're going to reach the top 100 very quickly. It won't take that long from now to reach the top 100 of the S&P 500. And then they will go higher than that. Yes, they will. Because if these guys are going to become a top 10 bank in America, out of 4,700 banks, they're going to be a top 10 bank. Which of the top 10 banks are going to be downgraded because SoFi has butted their way in? And all the other 40 or 50 banks in front of them right now, they've already eliminated or taken out of the way 4,640 of the banks. They're higher than all of those. They're around number 60 now, and 59th largest bank by assets. They're going to be a top 10 banker. They're going to keep playing. This is an S&P 500 company. That's what this is. If you're in it now as a shareholder or as a cash secured put writer, congratulations, you're with a winner here. This is the first thing I can talk to you about the stock is it's going to be a Palantir. It's going to do what Palantir did. Palantir is trading at, 400 times earnings? And projected earnings, of course, are expected to be very high. And the analysts are saying buy it at 70, whatever, because in 3 years, it's only trading at 15, 20 times earnings. SoFi is in the same boat. SoFi's earnings next year and the year after, because they will be in business that far down the road, will be substantially higher than they are already. And that's why the shares of SoFi, they're trading at 43 times earnings right now, apparently. 43 times earnings right now. This is going to trade at 200 times earnings shortly because of the kind of earnings that are coming down the roadway here. So yeah, these guys are going to double and triple and quadruple. And we're talking $60-$70 a share, just like Palantir. That's what's going to happen on your SoFi. Mark my words. Anyway, welcome to the party, pal. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me and always joining me. 312 of you guys. Thank you very much. And if you're new to this channel, I welcome you and I apologize. It's not a fancy channel. You'll notice my hand disappears when I do this because I got this background here of Rancho Mirage, which is pretty to look at, but it's not a live picture. It's just a shot. I don't want to show you a window covering. That's what it would be otherwise. It's kind of boring. So you have to tolerate the the breaking up of the image, but just listen to the words and look away. Just listen. Don't look at me. It's okay. Welcome, newbies. All right. If you're serious about making money in the market, you're going to have to do some studying because what you've been taught is a joke. How many of you are in your 20s and 30s, have been brought here by your parents? You've been brought here by grandparents. You've been brought here by friends. You've been brought here by coworkers. I don't know how you found me, that someone sucked you in to listen to me. And you're here, and I'm telling you, noobs, you guys, what you've been taught about the stock market is criminal. At school, did any of you in high school learn about the stock market? Have any of you in college ever had a course about the stock market, the options market? Do you know what a derivative actually is? Do you have any idea how many trillions of dollars are controlled by the largest hedge funds on this planet and the pension funds in this world and government pension funds? You have no idea. And you don't have any idea how they manage that money. You've been told that it's looked after by a bunch of specialists. That's all you've been told. You have no clue what they do. I'll tell you right now, majority of the world's capital that is at work is at work in various levels of the business, of the entire business of business. And I'm talking communist governments as well as dictatorships, as well as democracies. It doesn't matter. The capital that's out in the world today is being managed by professionals, and a lot of this capital is inside the derivative market, which consists of the stock market, options market. There's a big chunk there. $5 trillion a week is turning over in the options market. 5 trillion American dollars. It is the fastest growing segment of the stock market out there. And it is the one segment that Wall Street firms that are publicly traded, coming out with quarterly reports, brag about how much money they're making. They try to tell you that, well, it's money. We have $6 billion of capital under administration. You know what that means? We got a whole bunch of gamblers buying and selling options through our firm, and we're sitting on their dough. That's what that means. Okay, it doesn't mean that they are very conservative, three-piece suit, white-haired business managers, asset managers, buying and selling IBM for GE and moving into General Motors and then moving into AT&T telephone stock. No, forget it. That's the crap you've been taught, or it's been alluded to you is the normal. The people managing money out there are hustlers and gamblers like you cannot believe. And they are living the dream. The top 1%, the top 10% of the hedge fund boys and girls, and this includes pension funds and mutual funds, the top administrators managing the trillions of dollars, and I don't know if it's 100 trillion, I don't even know what the number is. It's unrelatable amount of money, are living a life that you can't imagine. But I'll assure you that behind me in this photo, off in the distance where the mountains are back there, there are some very nice homes between $4 and $20 million that are funded by hedge funds and are enjoyed in a lovely kind of way by the family of some of these folks. for a month of the year, 2 months of the year. There are homes in this valley that I live in between Palm Springs and La Quinta, Indian Wells and Rancho Mirage and Palm Desert. There are homes out here that are $5 to $20 million easily that are only utilized 1 to 2 months of the year because it's not the only house they have. They have another house in Los Angeles. They have another house in New York, maybe a condo. They've got a flat in London. They have access to a flat or a resort or a nice residence in the Mediterranean or combination thereof. They're in Switzerland. They're in Austria. They're in China. They're in Singapore. They're everywhere. And they do not fly on commercial airplanes. This valley that I'm in, every day up in the sky, coming and going from the international airport at Palm Springs and the private airport in La Quinta and all others, private jets, baby. Private jets worth anywhere from $5 million to $85 million a piece. A whole bunch of them around here coming and going every day. Every Friday afternoon, they're coming in. The jets are coming in. You cannot believe it. Every 3 minutes, another jet is landing in Palm Springs Airport. And every third one, every fourth one is a commercial jet. The others are private. Yeah, that's who runs this town. Okay, I'm hanging out with the well-to-do, and they're doing rather well. Thank you very much. But they're not going to be guests on my show. They're too busy making money. They're cash rich, and they hold assets like the house. They got a $5 million house, but it's a minority of their wealth. They have $300 million to their name. They got a $5 million house in Palm Springs. Whoop-de-doo. Got a little shack in Rancho Mirage for $5 million. They only use it 1 month of the year. It's not a big deal to them. Welcome to their party, pal. Cash rich is where you want to be. You want to be paid money to manage money so you can get away from the commitments you've made to other people that ultimately probably don't give much of a crap about your future. Okay, they're looking at you as a liability. Many of you have figured out by being here a while that at your workplace, you are considered an expense. You're not considered an asset. You're considered an expenditure of so much money a year, salary plus benefits. And there are professionals that are meeting with the top 1% and 5% and 10% of the company you work for, maybe in your office or at a head office somewhere else where you'll never know these people, who are intent on helping the top management of your corporation get rid of you and all of your coworkers. They want to get rid of you because you cost too damn much money. If we can replace these people with AI software, and we can have a call center in Taiwan, we can have a call center in Mexico, we can have a call center in Guatemala, we can hire out our accounting department to an organization that ultimately, believe it or not, has accountants and bookkeepers in Punjabi province in India. You're done for. You're out. It's only a matter of time. They're plotting your exit, whether you like it or not. I'm trying to help you get out sooner under your terms and conditions. Why don't you leave the corporation knowing you're generating $30,000 a month here writing options? Why are you working for anybody else if you can make $30,000 a month doing this? There you go. Now you might be hanging out at some of these places around here. Maybe not the $5 million place, but you can certainly rent a $700,000 condo for 2 months of the year. And the rest of the 10 months, you decide where you're going to spend your time. Thank you and welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. I'm pumped up for you kids. You're going to get rich. If you play it right, you're going to get rich. NVIDIA right now, 122.66, up $4.20 a share. Lost $24 yesterday. That's not good. That is sounds good, but that's not good. Other stocks we like to watch. Rocket Lab is up 21 cents. SoFi is up 16. GameStop is up a nickel. Over on the on some other fronts, looks like Spire is trying to get back to $19. It's up 75. Apple's up 75 cents after gaining 7 yesterday. Tesla was down 9.40 after it was all said and done yesterday. They're down 93 cents this morning. Microsoft lost 9.50 yesterday. It's up 6 right now, 6 cents. Alphabet down $8 yesterday. It's up $2. Amazon was up 56 cents yesterday. It's down $1.03. Nvidia was down 24. It's up 4. Meta was up 12 when it was all said and done. They were getting shellacked yesterday morning. They're up 560 this morning. Goldman Sachs lost 360 yesterday. It's down 108. Why should a financial company like Goldman be down today? That makes no sense. Cisco was down $3 yesterday, which is surprising to me. That's 5% loss. They're down 28 cents this morning. AI, I guess. ARC Innovations down 163, up 29 cents. Pfizer up 77 yesterday, down 11 cents. HBQ up 60 yesterday, down 2. Unity was down 57. It's up 14. C3 AI Inc. was down 167 yesterday. It's down 4 cents right now. Adobe gained 322, but it's down 215 right now. Netflix down 570 yesterday, down 315 this morning. IBM down 67 cents. It's down 47 cents right now. International Business Machines. If you buy the stock right now, you're going to get a 2.98% yield on your money. Are you happy with 2.98%? I think that means you're losing 2 or 3% to the real inflation rate that the government says is 3.5%. I think it's more like 5 to 6%, but you know inflation in your neighborhood more than I do. Vanik Semiconductors, the ETF SMH, down $25 yesterday, 9.8%. It's up $2 right now, not recovering. Home Depot up 10.30 yesterday. Fantastic. Down 145 this morning for Home Depot. Enphase Energy up 59 yesterday, up 28 this morning. Palantir down 354 yesterday, up a penny. Uber up 21 yesterday, 21 cents, down 21 cents right now. MicroStrategy, MSTR was down 575. It's down 378. That is like a yo-yo, that stock. And then ASTS down 119 yesterday, now up 44 cents to 1960. They're the guys who did that cap call financing deal. That hasn't been closed yet. We should hear about that sometime maybe next week or so. We'll wait for that. Welcome to the party, pals. I'm glad you're here. For the moment, we're looking at a Dow down 13 points, S&P up 6, NASDAQ up 17. We're opening in a minute. Thank you, Larry Titus, in advance. Oil is up $1 a barrel, but it's only at $74 a barrel. And that is a drop in the last 3 days. There you go. Interesting stuff. Welcome all to the show. Welcome all to the channel. Thank you for being here. Big E, Richard Carlin, George Manassas. Thank you. Robert Stewart is here. Thank you. Aurora, CKT, Jimmy, Mandu 5, Andre De La Torre. Eddie is here. Louis is here. Amy J, Deep Value, Charlie. Thank you, Juan. Matt, thank you for being here. And these early thumbs ups. You are great. Rich Rice checks. Good morning from a longtime listener who's so glad to be here in these crazy times. Juan is here. Christina, Steve, man, Black, what is that? Black Lotus. Welcome. Become a member, please. George is here. BMTD, been sub since early GameStop debacle. Your show is awesome, and your insights are both funny and fundamental. Thank you, BM. Become a member, Gold Bagel member, please join us. Tom, hello, the man. Just not even a member, just sitting there. Cutting Edge. Hey, Mike here from Grand Rapids. Good morning, Bruce, and the chat. Welcome, Mike. Or Cutting Edge. Thank you. Hit that join button. Jeff Glass, it was not a good day for me. I bought back calls for small profit on the small dip Friday. The only calls I still had out there were Rocket Lab, which didn't move much yesterday, down 5% yesterday. The only way yesterday becomes good for me is if it stops falling and the cash ticket puts I sold yesterday become winners. There you go. James Beck, neat SoFi back to 18, baby. Who cares is here. Walter Young, good morning, and thank you for joining me. Have a great day yourself. Aaron, this is my first post. I'm only a couple classes in, but thanks to cash secured puts yesterday, it was a blip, not a disaster. Yes, sir. Aaron, become a member and join this family. If you become a Gold Bagel member, you can join our Discord group too and hang out with those kids over there. A whole bunch of the Gold Bagel members here, and you can talk options. You could just be a fly in the wall and watch the conversation. Learn. Luca, number 88 here. Ciao, everybody. On my way to Cyprus. I'll catch the rerun later. Thank you, my friend. Bobby, only dropped $5,000 due to the covered calls I'm still sitting with, but the calls went down. So, yeah, me still. Bobby, all the shrinkage in my cash ticket puts wasn't taken away as well. Sharon, welcome. Ron Dugan got off a $120 cash ticket put, Feb 14 expiry for $850. Stock was $117 when I made the trade. James, why does the chat sometimes say for members only? Because members keep me on the air. The advertising that you give me, well, YouTube tries to advertise to you. I get a quarter of a penny every time you watch me. YouTube gets a quarter of a penny every time you watch me. I don't have enough watchers. If I had 50,000 watching me live, there would be money on the table from the advertisers. YouTube gets 30% of the membership fee that you pay to watch me and to comment with me. And so that keeps me on the air. YouTube will drop me like a hot potato if I cost them money, like any other channel. All the newbies are allowed in as YouTubers, and hopefully they'll catch something. But I'm a live guy. I'm on live every day, and I don't make them any money unless people are watching, or a combination of people watching and rerun watchers and memberships. And it's the memberships, and that's keeping me alive. The money that I get from you guys as members motivates me to be here every day. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother being here. If I was making $500 a month from memberships, why would I be on here for 2 hours a day? What, am I nuts? Get up at 3:30 in Pacific time to make $500 a month? What? I'm not crazy, Willie, number 98, Matt. Ooh, so right credit spreads on Northrop Grumman. Ooh, I like this. What else going on? Touchgrass is here. Shannon is here. Jeff Glass, Mike H, Bryson. How you doing, everybody? Jeff in the house. Mike, there's Mike. Jeff Glass. James, who else is here? JJ, the man, there's JJ again. Jeff Presley, nuclear power stocks look good on the dip now. What else is here? Steven Jackson is here. There are haters here, lovers here, Hector's here. Good morning, JJ. Remember the Boston Tea Party? Welcome all. Susan Shop saying hello to everybody. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. What else is going on? Let's keep going. Let's go. Bagel Babe, I just quit my job because of mismanagement of the business. I loved it, but I remember I'm working towards a fat nest egg for my options trading, and I just got to keep saving. Thank you, and well done. James of the Mystery Tree. Good morning, everybody. Number 126, baby. I'm here. Stock, crash, Slack. Was that Stack, Cash, Learn, Options, says dude. Pretty simple solution. There you go. Giddy up. Ed, what strikes would you recommend now for a credit spread on the SPY for 2 weeks or a month expiration, Uncle B? I have a few quid to write now that I didn't when you recommended the 20-30 strikes. I would be 15% above the market at the very least, and have 2, 3, 4 week expiries for nice credits. That's what I'd be shopping for. Don't get caught with your pants down. GameStop. There you go. Stephen Jackson, what can we get for 8% in 1 week on? What can I get 8% in 1 week? Shop the option trades. Shop the option chains. If you've taken my classes, you know what to do. You don't have to ask. Luke, Uncle Bruce, what do you reckon is a good cash you could put on NVIDIA? 6 to 12 months out. Cash you could put 6 to 12 months out on NVIDIA. Well, you can be at the money, you can be out of the money $5 or $10, or you can be in the money $5, $10, $15 and go a year out and take a massive cash hit there. Nice cash injection. Check it out, but you're going to need to come up some dough. Liquidity is clutch. Stay vigilant, JJ. That's what word. There's that word again, says JJ. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, I'm going to get approved for level 3 options today. Feeling confident on spreads. Thanks to you. Right on, Matt. Well done. What else is going on here? Good morning, Larry Titus. I'm number 129. Thank you, everybody. What else is going on here? Oh, Danny is here, a new member. Danny, thank you, and welcome to the party, pal. Great to see you, and welcome to join us. A Gold Bagel member. Well done, sir. Congratulations. Juan is going neat. Ed, I got approved for the highest risk and a big loan margin. I applied because I couldn't do credit spreads and iron condors, etc. I can do all the other crazy stuff on loan. I feel nervous now. Gasp. There's no rush. Take your time. Right out of the money contracts. Contracts that are going to die. That's where you want to be, baby. Conservative. Danny, you know what? After 3 classes, you are making me thousands of dollars in just a couple of months. I committed to Uncle Bruce. You are my man. I'm very happy to have found you. Glad you found us. This is not an uncommon thing. People can't believe it. They can't believe that they're allowed to do what they're doing. They can't believe they're allowed to write contracts and haul in the kind of money that they're hauling in. They think that's illegal, or they think that only the highest, wealthiest people are allowed to write options. Not so. Danny, you know what's going on, baby. Welcome to the party. Ed, go easy and don't over leverage, says Luca. Welcome, Danny, says Free Rage. Luca, guys, any cash you could put on NVIDIA, anybody. Dude, stay humble and write puts. You got this. Go slow and remember that there are lessons that come with time and wisdom. Ed, cheers. I know I won't scare you the amount I can take on loan compared to how hard it is to get a small loan from my bank or credit union. You've got to be careful out there. Dude, I'm using a similar strategy, using an equity line to borrow cash to write puts. It works, but I know the risks. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, every cash secured put right eats into the marginability of the portfolio. How much cash percentage should we keep nowadays? I guess more than 20%, maybe 30% at least. Thank you. Neat. Although he's not here. He's here, but he's not here. Look, it depends on your balance and your comfort level and your timing. How long are you exposed for on these contracts? If you're doing short-term trading and you keep a reasonable 20, 30% powder, you should be in just fine shape. Yeah, depending on also how volatile the stocks are that you're writing on, obviously. Rice checks, yes, we are human capital. We are not people. Beach Boy, cash doesn't matter in the marginability calculation too much. JJ, watching Rocket Lab. Let's see what it does after the dip. Here you go. At the moment, I'm showing the market opening. Here's Larry Titus saying, hey, we're up. As thank you, D.H. Ruda. Thank you, Doug. Cindy, welcome. Dude, yesterday, MSTR announced a perpetual preferred stock offering. Details to come on Thursday. More volatility coming. Expect earnings next week. Dude, the Thursday is when the offering hits the market. Well, again, be careful with MSTR options. Very small float, very volatile stock. I don't know if you want to really be there to be for a long-term growth prospect. Conservatism is the name of the game around here. Anyway, thank you. SoFi dipped first thing, and now it seems to be bouncing back up here. 1548 right now, got down to 1522, now 1548. Somebody must have got sold out. Somebody got wiped out. I don't know. I can't guarantee that, but it wouldn't surprise me in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that anyone with a margin call or else is getting hit. Rocket Lab is down 6 cents at the moment. Nothing to worry about there. We're at 1547 now on SoFi. We seem to be coming on here rather quickly. Still down 65 or 66 cents. GameStop down 17. Matterport down a penny. We've got Spire up 31 cents to 1841. Apple is up 463. Tesla down 840. Microsoft down 83 cents. Alphabet down 29. Amazon down 136. Nvidia down 13 cents. Meta Platforms, Facebook up $10. Goldman up $4, Cisco up 32, ARC Innovations down 38 cents, Pfizer down 8, HPQ down 90 cents to start the day, Unity down 3, AI down 12, Adobe down 419, Netflix down 775, IBM down a dime, Vanix Semiconductors down 234, Home Depot down 379, Enphase down 126, Palantir up 60 odd cents, Uber down 13, MicroStrategy MSTR down 526. And ASTS up a penny so far this morning to start the show. And the race for more dough. The Dow is up 54 points. Let me get through this here. Get through that. There we go. We're up. We're down a point, 1.5 points on S&P. And we're down 9 points on NASDAQ. It's a nothing burger on those two markets. Even the Dow only up 1/8 of a percentage point. Oil up 78 cents at $73.95. Excuse me all. Welcome to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. 1552 now on SoFi. Now make it 1553. We're still coming up on a bounce off hitting the low of 1522. The volume now 8.2 million on SoFi, and a bit of a dip wave of buying is kicking in at the moment. This is an opportunity to write cash secured puts on your SoFi. Every dip is an opportunity to bring in more capital. That is the key to this game. Finish off the last of my coffee. Thank you all for joining me and being here this morning. Great to have you in the house. All righty. Thank you, Cindy B. Welcome. Richard, neat. Welcome, Danny from Charlie. Weber Day, 202. Good morning. Splair, so that's another drop off on SoFi. Good. I have there a call. That's good stuff. Jeff, lots of red to start the day again. Dude, I hear you, Uncle Bruce. MSTR is very, very risky. Plus, margins are adjusted by the brokerage frequently. Stocks like this can be denied margin overnight by brokerage firms. They can do it with any stock they want, but on highly leveraged and small float stock that gets overheated, brokerage firms get nervous and they start to pull back marginability and raise margin requirements. You got to be careful not to be caught there. You're so much better off writing options on Nvidia or like credit spreads on Nvidia or on even on Tesla. As crazy as it is, do a call $100 ahead of the stock, do puts 80 to 100 behind the stock, and go 2, 4, 6 weeks out. Take in your 4, 6, 8, 10%, and go from there. Shop the option chain market. We're up 32 on the Dow at the moment. Looking here at my phone, SoFi 1550 a share. ASTS 1920 up 3. Rocket Lab is 29.29 down 24 cents. GameStop is down 27 cents, 26.70. AI down 34 cents at 30.80, and Nvidia 117.33 down $1.09. This is not a blow off. This is not a disaster. This is just people gathering around the campfire going, is the worst over? How are we doing? If you're cash rich, it doesn't matter. And there it is. You don't have to worry and fret about, is this a dead cat bounce? Are we going to go up today? Are we going to go down today? If you're cash rich, you're going, hey, I'm going to have this. I got this much cash now. I'm going to have this much cash later tonight. And I might make the odd adjustment in my portfolio that wins for me, that makes me a bigger winner. That's my motivation. I don't have to worry about the underlying value of what I'm holding. And this is a huge departure from being a gambler to being an asset manager, a cash asset manager. Welcome, everybody. It's nice to see you here. Appreciate you all joining us. Let's take a look at this poll question. 288 results now are in on the poll question. Thank you. And on the thumbs up meter, 210. Thank you, everybody. We really should hit 300 today, and I hope we can get 90 more. Thank you so much already for helping out on the thumbs up meter. Look, I sold off a certain percentage of my stocks to hold cash, to write cash secured puts and or credit spreads. That is the question today. How much did you guys liquidate, if any, of your positions? If you're in retirement accounts and you can't do that, you can't sell everything and then write cash secured puts because you're not allowed to, or you can't do credit spreads because it's not allowed. You have to hold stock and you've got to write options. I get it. This question really isn't for you, but it's possible that of the 42% of you who've said to me, I haven't sold any stock, Uncle Bruce, I'm writing options on the stock I have, I can't do it. Okay, I get it. Maybe half of the 42% are not allowed to sell stock and write cash secured puts. I get it. But under 25% of the stock that I had, I sold up to a quarter of my stock. 21% of you have said that. 25 to 50% of my stock was sold. 14% of you, but over 50%, 24%, that's the second highest number. I have sold over half of my stock, Uncle Bruce, to write cash secured puts and credit spreads. That is the key number I'm looking for. I am curious how many of you do this. 291 results, and a quarter of you have sold over half of your stock, if not all of it. And you are cash rich, stock poor. This is the way to go with markets at all-time highs and with the uncertainty coming through this method, this whole quagmire of uncertainty. We got some real doozy announcements coming out and policy directives. The problem here that might be happening for this market, and this is something for you to watch out for. Don't want to get political, but I got to tell you, you have to be aware of something that's coming up. It is possible that there are people in the new cabinet of the White House, the administration, who are not interested and are not going to be very forthcoming in their decision making, and they're not going to be very open about it. It might be quite common during this session and going forward in the Congress, where the Congress will call a cabinet minister to come into a cabinet member to come to the Congress and have a hearing, and they won't show up. It may well be that there won't be announcements made through formal press announcements of policy changes in various departments of the United States government. It might be that a lot of decisions are made and the press has to dig it out through contacts and sources to find out that, oh, this procurement contract went to a friend of Trump and it wasn't open for bidding, or the bidding process was rigged, or a contract was canceled and 5 companies lost out on a contract and it was awarded to these 5 companies that are all Republican super PAC donators. I don't know. There's that possibility hanging over the market. And what the market doesn't understand at the moment, because we're not getting the sell-off that I think we're going to get, eventually we're going to get a whack here. What's not happening yet is the realization of the market, and I'm talking internationally, not just locally and in the US and Canada only, that trillions of dollars of future government spending hangs in the balance for a lot of publicly traded corporations out there in the medical field, defense business, procurement of goods and services. Every business in America is likely one way or another related to or connected to the possibility of a government contract. And if we go forward to think that in the next 5 to 10 years, contracts being awarded today for a 5 or 10 year time frame means that a cabinet member can control trillions of dollars of potential spending of the US government in their department for the next decade. And so I'm not talking about, like I've said earlier, I'm not talking about the $850 million defense budget. I'm talking about the $10 trillion defense budget over the next decade, because with inflation, you know it's going up to $1 trillion a year. This includes the CIA, this includes special ops, this includes the deportation of people, this includes border security, this includes intelligence, it's everything, all right? You take a 10-year budget of the United States government, think about how much money the US government spends a year to exist. Multiply it by 10, you get an idea of how many trillions we're talking about. Trillions. This is hanging in the balance in the market, and the market doesn't get it. The market just is trusting that the people in the White House and in the Congress and in the Senate are looking out for us, and it'll all be fine. And what you want to be doing is definitely keeping an eye and an ear open with regard to what are the members of the Congressional Committee doing? What are they buying and selling for their personal accounts that have anything to do with their military oversight committee or their banking committee or their healthcare committee or their Social Security department, or you name it, tobacco stocks? How are they going to be treated? Miners, how are they being treated? Oil and gas companies, the energy department. You've got to open your imagination and your mind open to the fact that the next 10 years of spending are likely going to be decided in the next 2 years by the very people that have been nominated to run the various departments. And you got to ask yourself, do I want to hold shares in this market, knowing that that kind of multi-trillion-dollar buying power is hanging over my head? The company you like, the companies you love, may have no control over what's going to happen to them because of the kind of spending that's going to be proposed and done under the table by these department heads. That's what I'm telling you. See, people say to me, Bruce, why do you do this? Why do you do what this guy did? This guy, why are you like this guy, Ed Brimley? Why are you worrying about stuff when there's nothing to worry about? This guy got paid to worry when there was nothing to worry about. Now, he turned out to be a bad guy. He turned out to be a villain In the movie The Firm with Tom Cruise, he was the villain, but he got paid to worry when there was nothing to worry about, because he was trying to back up and look after a criminal organization. This guy's under more pressure than anybody else. You have to be worried about what's there to worry about when there's nothing to worry about. If you are holding paper, if you're holding real estate, you're holding assets on margin, you're holding bank loan stuff, you have to worry about what's going to happen when there's nothing to worry about. I look at it from the angle of, if you're sitting on cash and you're writing options using cash, one of your worries is gone. You don't have to worry about the Dow going up or down 100 points in 15 minutes, or 1,000 points a day, up 400, down 600, up 300, down 400. You don't have to worry about the NASDAQ opening down 1,200 points in the first hour of trading. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You have to worry about just your option performance. Are you writing options so far out of the money they haven't got a hope in hell of being worth a damn thing at expiry? That's it. Your cash secured puts are a cash generator into your account that you're hauling interest money in on, and you're looking for nice returns on your money. This is the name of the game, kids. Welcome to the party. I'm glad you're here. I'm so pleased to see you here. And I'm so excited about the kind of money you're going to make here. I'm certain it could be very, very good. Anyway, I sold NVIDIA when we first started talking about selling and get cash secured puts. I got the cash secured puts on NVIDIA yesterday. Dude, my Treasury Secretary is in now. New Treasury Secretary is in now. I'm curious to see what his moves are. The reverse repos that Janet Yellen was using seem likely to end. That was juicy short-term cash. Walter, hi, Bruce, thumbs up number 215. Thank you, Walter Young, so much for that. Stephen Butler, I'm 208 on your thumbs up meter. Good morning, late to the party and leaving early for a walk in the, I can't pronounce it, pronounced Washita, the Washita Mountains. Thank you for helping me there, Stephen. I didn't see that. They are south of the Ozarks across the river. Nice. Dude, I'm hearing he might focus more on long-term Treasury borrowing. They will be borrowing, though. The market hates uncertainty and change. I'll be watching there. Jeff Glass, Stephen in Arkansas or Oklahoma, it's pretty down there. Juan, my January 2026 GameStop $25 cash secured put is currently $5.15. I sold it for $9.05. You're a happy camper, and you should be. Well done. Stephen, they will have to deal with the debt ceiling in less than 90 days, by the way. Jeff, by the way, I'm in Arkansas, Mount Magazine. A day trip. A free range, a nice layup. One, Uncle Bruce, I just wrote 20 SoFi cash secured puts. Jan 26 expiry. I got 645. I almost got 25% back of what I just paid on easy money. I just got paid 25% of my money. Now you're going to get interest on it. In theory, on an annual basis, you could be hauling in 5 to 8% interest on this cash, all this cash, as long as you have it in cash. You're getting paid monthly interest, beautiful, on a daily basis. Well done. Well done indeed. Where are we at right now? SoFi 1569. It's down 39 cents. No big whoop. We're fine. This is fine. We're okay. We're down 24 on the Dow. AST Super Mobile is actually up 19 cents. Those of you who wrote cash secured puts a few days ago, you're at 1935. Looking good. Rocket Lab down 9 cents. GameStop down 8 cents. AI is up 15 and NVIDIA is up a dime. The turnaround is happening. Those of you who have written cash secured puts on all these securities are going, hey, I like this game, Uncle Bruce. I really like this game. Jeff, nice. Jeff Glass, my wife wants to do all state high points. We have 24 so far. Did Mr. Magazine a few years ago. Juan, thank you. Free range Splair. Oh, you damn, you'd like to join me, whatever. I'd like to do that. Free range Juans are on fire today. Free range, be like Juan. Y'all have a good day, says Stephen. Thank you, Splair. Thanks, you too, everybody. Thank you for joining me. 1578 on your SoFi, 1579 on your SoFi. We're down less than 30 cents now. We're coming on rather quickly and nicely on SoFi shares. 11.8 million traded in 26 minutes. Not heavy as yesterday. Remember yesterday we did 107 million. We're probably going to do 30, maybe 60 million today. Maybe 50, 60 million. Maybe that will be the number. Maybe that much. We'll see. Who knows? It's 15.79, down 29 cents on your SoFi. ASTS up 20, Rocket Lab down 14, GameStop down 12, AI up 14, NVIDIA up 60 cents and climbing at 119.02. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. Have you noticed NASDAQ just turned green? Hello, NASDAQ just turned green. Does this mean you're all salvaged and you're all going to be okay? It depends. Are you a shareholder or are you an asset manager? Are you managing your money? In both cases, your money is doing better than the market. It always will. Maybe your stocks are a little better today, but all in all, how are you doing on your returns? Let's make some dough here. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you for joining us today from wherever you are. 15.83 on SoFi. We're only down 25 cents. Coming on, ASTS up 21, Rocket Lab down a dime, GameStop down 3 cents. I think we're about to go green over here. AI up a quarter. Thank you, and let's keep this party going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Volume on GameStop are really low. No buying or selling, or interest. Nothing controversial happening over here. Earnings come out in February, probably late February, I suppose. No announcements, so the 4.6 billion us hauls in interest. Are they hauling in 5%? Are they hauling in 7%? Are they hauling in 8%? I don't know what they're into. I have no idea what they own. They don't talk, so we sit here and wait to see what GameStop's going to do. But I'm going to say probably $12 of the 26 or maybe more is cash. And so, they're in good shape. They're making money as a corporation overall. The interest alone makes them a profit. How many more stores are they going to shut down and let go? I don't know. We'll wait and see about that. Hello, Auntie Jen.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm just rearranging things.
I see you making a few moves here and there. I have no idea what's going on, but something's going on. But that's okay.
Sun's coming up.
Yes, the daylight has come and the sun is beginning to shine on the mountains just north of us here, just on the tips up there. It's going to get very bright out shortly, like this photo behind me. It's going to be that bright. It's going to be a very clear, sunny day today here. We had rain yesterday, almost all day, off and on. And the air is crisp and clear this morning. Very nice. A lot of particulates have been rained out, which is great. I'm sure in Los Angeles, a much clearer horizon there today compared to the last several weeks. So good news there. Apparently the fires are now all out or 99% contained and being snuffed out today. That is good news. The air the air crews can get a rest. The airplane and aircraft and helicopters can be maintained and maintenanced. A lot of work is being done behind the scenes. I'm sure a whole bunch of fire trucks are getting oil changes and transmission fluid changes, and they are really frantically getting the trucks back into 100% tip-top condition while the break is on. But I bet you only 5% of the fleet at any one time is in the shop. These guys are getting them in and out and back on the road in top condition on an hourly basis. I'm sure 24/7 these crews are working to maintain their equipment at the highest level. And so at 3 a.m, oil changes are being done. While we're sleeping, they're working. And God bless them all. Thank you, all of those firefighters. Rocket Lab is up 23 cents. ASTS is up 8. GameStop down 7. AI up 49. NVIDIA up $1.60. SoFi is down 9 cents at $15.98. We're about to break through $16. I think we're going green on SoFi at any time. Get ready. We might have a bit of a run here. A lot about that. Free range. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Good morning, Auntie Jen. John Gale. Auntie Jen, good morning. Juan, good morning, Auntie Jen. Richard, good morning. And Juan M. Meta pushing higher, Bruce.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, all.
There's Richie and Juan and
They're all here. They're all watching Free Range and
Free Range.
John and Juan and Richard and the other one, and they're all here. Thank you all for saying hi. NVIDIA, $120, up 159. There you go. We're up on that one. Watching GameStop and SoFi. When will they go green? SoFi's down a dime. GameStop's down a dime. I think they're about to pop into the green as well. $15.99 on your SoFi. We break 16. We're going to 16.10. 16.01 right there. We're coming on. with your GameStop and your SoFi shares. SoFi moving higher. GameStop still sitting at 26.86, just waiting for it to bust into the green right there. Stuart Lonsdale, good morning. Auntie Jen. Thank you all for saying hi to Auntie Jen. She is here working, we're moving around the condo here doing stuff. We're at 16. There it is. We're at 1602.03 on SoFi, climbing a little more now. Giddy up 1604, down 4 cents. So there you go. GameStop only down 7 now. We're up 25 on Rocket Lab. We're up 41 on AI. We're up $1.70 on NVIDIA at the moment. These are just early returns for some of our favorites. Tesla's still down 460. Palantir up 98 cents. We're up $6 on Coinbase. We've got, let's see here, $1 gain on Google. Apple up 520. Broadcom up $1.61. Microsoft up 215. Meta, the old Facebook, up 1170. Amazon up 230. Spiders are up. The Qs are up. We're up 14 on Cisco after a down day yesterday. Unity up 52. Spire looks to be up 38 cents. Goldman Sachs up 120. Boeing is up 760 a share at 182.70. Target up 95. Walmart up a dime. American Airlines is up 2 cents. DraftKings up 29. AMC up a couple of pennies. Royal Caribbean up 18.51 on Royal Caribbean. 255 a share. They are telling us that their bookings are at record highs. I'm surprised at how overbooked some of these cruises are, but it's got to show you that it's likely the reason the cruise ship stocks and cruise bookings are as high as they are is because land vacations have surged in costs way above inflation, and families are going, no way, we can't afford to go to Disney World. We can't go to Disneyland for those kinds of prices. We're going on a cruise. There you go. That's the story. Interesting stuff. Just put your hands up and go, okay. Nico, neat. Welcome, Nico, to the show. Good morning, Auntie Jen from Splair. Juan, talking about bagels, Uncle Bruce. Costco doesn't carry sesame seed bagels. But I went to the Nugget store, which I think is in all California. I found the sesame buns just delicious, to say the least. You can buy, I think, sesame seed bagels at an Albertsons, but they're not bagels. They're more like soft, bready. They look like bagel-shaped things, but they're not bagel. The Costco solution that Jen and I have come up with is we buy the plain bagels at Costco, toast them up, get them nice and crisp, butter them, and then put on roasted sesame seeds that we buy
in the spice aisle.
At the spice aisle. And now we have toasted sesame seeds on top of the bagel, and now we put the topping on that. And today's topping, what about ham and cheese?
Ham and cheese?
With some butter first, and then some horseradish mayo.
Okay.
Let's do that. Clear the sinuses a bit. My sinuses are a bit gunky today. Let's clear them up a little bit with a nice little dose of that stuff. Blair, I look further today to deposit fresh dineros into my U.S. savings account. 200 more this time in the paycheck. Right on. Blair, you're getting richer. Mandu 5. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Doug, let's get thumbnails up to 3. Let's get the thumbs up for Bruce to 300. Juan, that is a great idea. Thank you all for helping out. We now have the thumbs up number coming here. We have 305 votes on the poll question, and we have 225 thumbs ups on the thumbs up meter. Thank you all. The poll question is out. Yes, my dear?
Guten Tag, Splair.
Guten Tag, Splair. Aus for Dortmund there. We have the poll question here where people are telling me, how much of a percentage of your shares did you sell to go cash so you can write cash secret puts and credit spreads? Over 50% of my shares have been liquidated, Bruce, if not all of them. 25% of the 306 people, that would be 76 of you that have done 50% or more, liquidated your stocks to go cash, heavy in cash. 25 to 50% sold off, 14% of you. Under 25%, 20%, and 42%. I'm not selling any of my stock. I'm holding my stock. I know the reason for a bunch of those folks. You're in RRSPs and you are in IRAs and you're in 401ks. You're not allowed to write cash secured puts. You're not allowed to do credit spreads inside those accounts. And I also know a number of you have had issues with your brokerage firms. You would like to write cash secured puts, but your firm is not allowing you to go to level 3 or level 4. The answer to that dilemma is to contact your brokerage firm through the 800 number and tell them you want that approval. You may well get it over the phone. And if not, you may want to explore other firms to move into. And maybe it's Tasty Trade, maybe it's another firm that will automatically grant you level 3, level 4. And now you can be an cash secured, you can be more than just a cash secured put writer. You can now be a credit spread writer and other things. So look into that, okay? There are people that might be able to help you with that. Some of you have been writing options for like a year or two. You should have no trouble whatsoever to going into level 3 or 4. There should be no restrictions on you whatsoever. You're far more experienced an option writer than these other fools out there. And maybe people you're talking to at the brokerage firm, you might know more about options than they know. You may want to talk to a manager about this. 231 thumbs ups. Thank you all. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. You're helping tremendously build that momentum for the channel. Thank you. We're up 88 on the Dow at the moment. We are looking at the rest of the market here. Up 15 points on S&P. We're up 130 on NASDAQ. They're all green now. The NASDAQ is up 2/3 of a point and climbing quickly. The S&P is up 1/4 of a point. The Dow is up 1/5 of a percentage point. Oil is only up 33 cents a barrel at 73.50. The VIX is at 18.15 after being in the mid-20s yesterday, back to 18. That's positive. That's why the market is going higher. 15.95 on the SoFi shares. The high of the session so far on SoFi was the opening at 16.22. The question is, will we hit a new high as the morning wears on? I think we might. We'll see here. 14.6 million traded on your SoFi at the moment. ASTS down a penny. Rocket Lab up 20 cents. GameStop down 1 penny. That's it. AI up 74 now. And NVIDIA at 119.52. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. Good morning to you, Auntie Jen from Splair. And did you sleep well? Hast du gut geschlafen? Have you slept well? He wants to know. Dude. Oh, yeah. She says, dude, Uncle Bruce, have you ever been asked, maybe if you tell them who you are at the Costco bakery, they would make bagels the way you like? Just a thought, you're pretty important. You know, I've done that. I've gone to the bakery department, not as Uncle Bruce, but as a Costco shopper. And I asked them last year, I said, hey guys, how come you don't make sesame seed bagels? In Canada, we just gobble them up. We're surrounded by Canadians down here. And the baker said, we tried it. Nobody bought them. They don't sell very well. They've got the everything bagel down here with poppy seeds, sesame seeds, onion chunks, all kinds of other stuff. But they don't sell them with just sesame seeds. They sell them plain, cheese-covered, raisin bagels. Cinnamon and raisin bagels? Get over to the pastry department, pal. I need bagels with sesame seeds on. But anyway, I could buy bagels with sesame seeds from Sherman's Deli, just up the road, less than a mile away. The problem is I can buy them at Costco for 55 cents a piece in 12 at a time, or I could pay $1.85 per bagel at a restaurant. I don't think so. I don't think so. Nico, I was nervous at first to sell my stocks, but now that I'm sitting on 85% cash, I actually prefer it now. I really like having a mountain of money in my account, and I'm earning interest on all that money. I like this game. There you go. There's a T-shirt for that. JJ buying ASTS on the dip. I'm writing cover calls real soon. Juan, Fidelity approves you for level 4. You better be careful with the margin since it allows you writing naked options. Well, that's why you have to be conservative in what you do. If you're allowed to write level 4, you're a conservative option writer. That's the program. That's the strategy here. Stick to the highway of the conservative side of the trade. Thank you, everybody, for being with me. We're up 59 on the Dow, 10 on S&P, up 100 on the NASDAQ. There you go. Welcome all to the program. Nice to have you here. Here's the secret to success with your options. Toasted sesame seeds, all natural. See?
That's
right.
There you go. That's there's your solution. If the folks at Costco don't want to put sesame seeds on your bagel, roasted sesame seeds, and you roast them, you put a bagel on yours. You put sesame seeds on your own bagel. That's how you play this game. Thank you, Auntie Jen, for helping out. It's a happening thing. What can I say?
The mountains are so pretty with the sun hitting.
Oh, the sun is rising, and those mountains are becoming more dramatic
They got
looking.
that
Yeah.
interesting snow on them, so they look
At the
huge.
very top. Yeah, Big Bear is white at the very top. It's covered in snow, and all around Big Bear, all kinds of snow. The Sierras got a lot of snow put on them, which is good news for Los Angeles and the District of Southern California. There's a lot of snow in the mountains around LA and other districts. So, yeah, this is good stuff. We could use that for sure. Uncle Bruce, how long until you start with more hoodies? I think you can get a hoodie right now with the logo on it. I'm pretty sure the new logo here, this is what it looks like on a t-shirt. You can get this in all kinds of colors: red, yellow, green, blue, white, purple. Cell phone cover and also tote bags. These are just a couple examples of the kind of items you can get with the logos on it. It's just three. Go to my Redbubble store and shop until you drop. You can get pillows. You can get shower curtains.
You will
get-
not get
You will not get
leggings or mini skirts.
no leggings, no mini skirts that says "I like this game."
Yeah, that's not happening.
Jen won't allow that.
No, no
Okay.
masks.
No masks. No jock straps. I like this game. We're not doing that.
Not
no.
doing that one. Next time.
There should be coffee mugs. There should be travel mugs,
Teacups.
teacups. There should be. Check it out. Definitely. Redbubble. Go to my store. The link is down below in the description. It should be right there. It'll take you right to the store with all of the logos on it for both channels. A number of folks of you have picked up some of this stuff. You picked up other logos. You should be able to get hoodies. You should be able to get sweatshirts, t-shirts, men and women shirts, you name it. Baseball shirts, whatever you like. Tank tops, what are those called? Widowmakers? Wife beaters. No, that's what those are called. The sleeveless, those from the 50s, wife beaters, they call those.
Or widow makers,
That's what guys on the golf course with only guys around call them. They don't call them that with the wives nearby because you know what happens when they're alone with their wives? They hit. So there you go. Talk about violence. Oh my God. All right. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for sharing, Uncle Bruce. Yes, that solution to the bagels is a good idea. Tom, go long on Sesame Seed Futures. JJ, welcome to the Costco Hacks with Uncle Bruce. JJ Skivvies, I can see only a TWB hoodie. That's all I see right now. JJ sort the newest. Sort by the newest selections, Splair. That might be your secret right there. Juan, yes, a letter campaign to Costco is a great idea, and wait for their response. Yeah, okay, right, yeah. They sell it in Canada. Sesame seed bagels in Calgary. They sell like crazy. That's why they keep. I've been there for years, decades. And not down here. I don't know. There's a bias against sesame seed bagels. There's a conspiracy against sesame seed bagels. That's what it is. It's a full-blown conspiracy. Those sons of bitches. I don't know. Welcome to the program. We're up 98 on the Dow. SoFi down 16. ASTS down 8. Rocket Lab is up 22. GameStop is up a penny. AI up 124. And NVIDIA up 156. We got a rotation going on here. Some stocks are going up. Some are hanging on a little lower. Then they go up. Ride the train. Go cash, baby. Don't worry about these swings. Just go cash. Oh, giddy up. Splair. Oh, okay. I get it. Explorer Designs. Okay. I went there through Explorer Designs. Directly first was, I like this game. There you go. Bobby, I like the new merch, Uncle Bruce, but it doesn't have your channel logo on it. Which game do I like? And Splair, even a bucket hat. Oh, I like the design of that bucket hat. There you go. We got caps. We got stuff.
Yeah, I know.
We looked at it.
We tried the logo.
We thought about this logo right here.
It's so small.
We thought about this logo on the same T-shirt. We just didn't like the look of it. It looked really
It looked
off,
goofy.
goofy. So we thought, why don't I like this game.
Those who know, know.
Those who know. So, Jen Jr., Jennifer Jr. was involved in helping, and so was her boyfriend. And they made it look really nice. And there's more coming, but give me a slack. Give us slack. The priority of this channel is to get you richer. Secondary thing. This is one of those secondary things about logo designs, but we're working on it. Trust us, we are working on it. Thank you all. Boeing Tiger, I like this game design. My shirt is soon to be delivered. Giddy up. I will have orders made myself for my own merchandise soon, and I will be wearing on air that logoed item as well. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Right.
Yes, sir. Giddy up, giddy up. All right, welcome all to the party, pal. Thank you for joining me, and nice to have you here with us today. Up 113 on the Dow for the moment. Giddy up. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cheers to all of you. Caffeine-free Diet Coke is what I got going here.
Okay.
The coffee is done. Rocket Lab just broke 30 bucks, up 65 cents on your Rocket Lab. Beautiful. GameStop 2706 up 9. It's improving. Waiting for SoFi and ASTS to join the party and go straight up. JJ loves Rocket Lab. Splair, we'll going to look 1 or 2 products during the week. Have now first got to go for a deposit. There you go. Splair, have a relaxed day. All of you, just in case we don't hear from you anymore. Thank you, Splair. And Auntie Jen has handed me the bagel.
Okay.
Ham and fried cheese on here. Gotta love this. Thank you, Auntie Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Baby.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby.
Giddy on up, kids. Oh, yeah.
It's
Check
gonna be
that
slippery as
ham
heck when you
and
bite it.
cheese. Ooh, yeah. Let's find out.
What do you think? I went longer on the bagel. Still too soft?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good, though.
Okay.
I'll go
Right.
longer.
Mm.
Add more.
Doug says, I sold 95% of my stocks. Yesterday was a good example. How risky it is to hold stock in the long term. I'm mostly cash now. You're going to be rich a long time, buddy. You're going to get richer. Richard, bagel, Splair, bagel. And a gorgeous wooden plate. It's just a cutting board, a little cutting board. It's all good, kids. Welcome to the bagel party. Nice to have you with us. And it's nice to see you all with me today. Giddy up. Let's get you richer, guys. We want to make you rich. It's nothing personal. I'm not dropping the phone because I'm mad. Because I am all fumbly here as I'm trying to, just trying to ease the thing. I hate to have the phone down here because that makes me look like this. I like to have the phone kind of up here so I can look at you and I'm not ignoring you. And,
Give him the glare.
it used to be a lot easier. It's not that easy anymore.
No glare coming. Okay. So where's NVIDIA going to end up being?
It was up this morning a little bit. It's up $1.60, but lost 24 yesterday. So here's my phone again. Just trying to adjust it. Just trying to adjust my phone just a little bit, and it just flops all over my computer. I need a special holder for this thing, I guess, but I'm just too lazy to get around to it. Thank you all for joining me. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. This is good stuff. Want to see nothing but profits in your hands, kids. Tesla $390.97. You writing $500 credit spreads, call credit spreads? You're laughing. 480s, 520s. My goodness, there were opportunities there to write some really way high call credit spreads to just laugh all the way to the bank here. Palantir up 219 to 77.64. Giddy up. Coinbase up 465. Matterport now 524. It's inching higher again today, another 3 cents. Google up 221. Apple up 640. Microsoft up $5. We're green on some of the big boys. Facebook up 592. Was higher. Amazon up $4. Brian is mentioning that gasoline is $1.53 a liter, and that would be Canadian money.
Is how much?
$1.53 a liter. When I was going to college, 1976, gasoline in Canada was 62 cents a gallon. A gallon. Wow. Unbelievable. By 1980, gasoline was about 85 cents a gallon or something like that. And the government of Canada at that time had shifted from the Liberal government to the Conservative government, but by only a minority. It was a minority government for the Conservatives. When they took over the government of Canada, they looked at the savings account, the checking account of the government of Canada. Conservative Party leaders were going, oh my God. The Liberal Party of Canada has been in power for like 12 years. We're broke. I mean, they have just pre-spent all this tax revenue.
COVID.
This is 1980. This is 45 years ago. This is a common thing, though. The government, the Conservative government comes in and goes, we have to raise taxes. We don't want to raise taxes. We're conservatives. We actually have to raise income to help the deficit. We're not even going to get the deficit eliminated. We are so in the red. It's ridiculous. So they were trying to find ways to raise revenue without increasing the income tax rate. And they proposed a few ways to raise some cash. And one of them was in the budget, they released a program to add a 12-cent a gallon tax rise over 4 years. 3 cents a gallon a year, higher tax at the excise, the federal excise level, over 4 years to get 12 cents a gallon into the federal government to just help balance the damn deficit. So only people driving vehicles will pay, not poor people who can't afford a car. Well, you would have thought that they were declaring World War III on all Canadians. And among other measures being discussed, they had to vote on the budget in the House of Commons. And the Conservative government failed to win the budget vote. And they were defeated. And they lasted like a year. They were gone in a year. They had a new election. And Trudeau and the Liberals won a majority government and took over the government. And in the next 4 years, raised taxes 30 cents a gallon and income taxes and everything else because they had to raise money too. But they blamed it all on Conservatives because in 1 year, this government ruined this country. And so I laugh when I see prices today of $1.53 a liter. Takes 3.7 liters for an American gallon of gas. So you multiply 150 times almost 4. That's not quite $6 a gallon in Canadian money for a U.S. gallon. That's about $4.25, $4.50 a gallon. Now, how much is gas in your neighborhood? I know here, Brian is asking how much for gas where you are. We're sitting at about $4.50 to $5 a gallon. And thankfully, we drive a Tesla. We don't need to buy any of it. JJ Canadian Pacific Railway is dipping. Jeff Glass, gasoline is up $3 a gallon here. It's up to $3 a gallon in St. Louis. You're lucky. You consider yourself fortunate that you only pay $3 measly a gallon for gas. In the Western world, you are laughing, and you don't get it. Many Americans are just outraged. They have to pay $3 a gallon, $3.50, $4. The rest of the world is paying $5, $7, $9, $10 a gallon, and they pay their bills. Their economies are doing, whatever. But hey, it is what it is. It's all local. It's all relative. It be what it be, and that's what it is. I know that that in Canada we went from 60 cents a gallon when I went to school in '76 to 80 cents a gallon, and then we were at $1.20 a gallon within 2 years after that. The Liberals taxed the crap out of Canadians, and now today, the Liberals, federal government of Canada, is now having taxes added on every year for carbon pricing. It's called a gas tax. I don't care what you call it, okay? It's a gas tax. And that's why gas in Canada is the equivalent of $6 a gallon Canadian for an American gallon. And in Canada, you will find SUVs with 4-cylinder engines, pickup trucks with maybe 6-cylinder engines, turbocharged, because Canadians can't afford the old V8 getting 12 miles to the gallon. They can't afford it. It's $150 a week in gas. It's impossible. $600 a month in gas and $1,000 a month for a payment. What are you nuts? Ridiculous. And these are city dwellers. I mean, it's insane. It's just insane. And the fumes going up into the sky. But hey, it is what it is. It's the world. Yeah, it's all right. Live the life you want to live. If you can afford to live it, knock yourself out. It's okay. Bobby, I started driving when gas jumped 52 liter to 63 a liter. The people were outraged. LOL, tax on the working man. Yeah. Alex, good morning, Uncle Bruce. Funny you should mention Tesla call credit spreads. I have just closed some 500 and 505s for 4 cents. I sold those for a 51-cent credit. Giddy up. There you go, buddy. Another viewer making money here. Jeff Glass. Ha! Here the conservatives say they need to cut taxes to lower the deficit, and they always create more debt. Gas prices don't concern me much. I live in a nice place and don't need to drive much. I only mention it's up because someone told us they would be bringing it down. Dude, the Costco down the street here in Nashville, $2.69 a gallon for gas. That is a giveaway. You take that with inflation and go backwards. And what is $2.69 a gallon today in 1980 dollars? This is 60 cents a gallon. This is a joke. With minimum wages for most people, 14 to 18 bucks an hour, $2.69 a gallon. I don't know how oil companies make money. I really don't. I don't know how they make money. It's unbelievable. Crazy. Welcome all. I know this. When Jen and I go to Costco here, we have to turn left and turn right into the Costco. There are 2 entrances into Costco. The first one gets you right to the gas bar. There are lineups at all 6 lanes, at least 6 lanes, if not 8 lanes of cars waiting to buy gas at Costco, with car after car after car after car, waiting. There's got to be 60 cars or trucks waiting their turn to buy gas. We come in the second entrance, right into the parking lot. We walk right into the store, and we don't buy any gas around here. I just plug the Tesla in the garage with the 110 outlet. I haven't driven the car since Sunday. We've been here, we've been in the house since Sunday, and it's all charged up with 270 miles of range. And today we're going to drive the SUV, the Model X we have. We're going to drive it today 20 miles, maybe 30 if we go to Trader Joe's. I don't know. Jen will tell me where we're going today. We'll put 30 miles on it. Instead of buying 1.5 gallons of gas for that, because it's a full-size SUV. Instead of spending $7.50 in gas, we just plugged it into the garage here, and we only needed 50 miles to charge it up, so it was charged up Monday morning. It's waiting for us. Love it. Yes, gas is historically cheap here when adjusted for inflation. That is true. It is incredibly cheap. There you go. Giddy up. I love it. Thank you all for joining us. 143-point gain on the Dow, 32 on S&P, 234-point gain on NASDAQ. Maybe a little more than a dead cat bounce. A little more. Okay. Folks around here are making money no matter what direction the market goes, but if you're from a cash balance, you are the smart one. You are the smart one. Thank you, everybody, for joining us so far today. 1596 on your SoFi. It's trying to come back up again. Here we go. ASTS has gone green again, up 12. Rocket Lab up 65 cents, 65.70 cents. GameStop up 8. AI up 157. NVIDIA up 280. Giddy up. GM stock falls as car maker signals the tariffs may impact its outlook. Duh. Up to $3,000 a vehicle, more expensive for Americans. Doesn't matter what pickup truck you want. Toyota, Nissan, Honda, Chrysler, GMC, Ford, SUVs, pickup trucks, they're all going to be $3,000 more expensive, whether they come from Canada or Mexico. It doesn't matter. It's across the board because most of these vehicles produced in North America in partnership with U.S. plants, Canadian plants, and Mexican plants are all subject to a tariff hit from north and south of the border. Americans will pay dearly for the tariffs on vehicles. Watch for it. So far, he hasn't done it. Will he do it? We'll find out. Someone's got to pay for all those military planes flying illegals out of the country. Someone has to pay for the hundreds of thousands of ICE agents that are scouring America for illegals. You're going to have to someone's paying for it. American taxpayers are paying for it through tariffs. That was terrific. Cheers to every one of you who are watching me here today. Congratulations, option writers. Well done. Jeff, I saw a report. Tesla raised the price of a Model 3 by $9,000 in the Canadian market. They did that also with the Model Y, the new introduced version of the Model Y. But what is not discussed very much, because that's the headline that you're talking about, that's the big headline. The reality, though, is that vehicle has a $10,000 option added to it, full driving, automated driving option that you don't have to take when you order the regular version of the vehicle. Right now, you can't get the regular version of the new Model 3 or the new Model Y in Canada because they want to sell you the introductory, new styled and whatever version of the vehicle. So they're trying to bump the price up there. They also are adding additional features that are optional to jack the number higher. In reality, if you take those features off and order the long range Model Y you really want, it's about 3,000 more than last year. So all the new features are about 3,000 more than the old version of the Model Y. And that's assuming that they sell really, really well, because if sales are not up to snuff in 6 months from now, watch for price discounts, watch for lease offers, watch for financing discounts through Tesla. We'll follow that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. 242 thumbs up. Corinne, thank you, Corinne, for this. We are getting the thumbs up meter going here. If you're watching on the rerun, please hit the thumbs up button for us. Get us over 300. We did it yesterday. We're at 242 right now. I sure love to see 300 today. There are 312 results have come in on the question of the day. Thank you for answering that question today. If you have the time, please head on over there and give that a shot. Give it a look and let us know your thoughts on the question of the day. Put in your answer. Thank you all so very much for following me and hanging out with Jennifer and I. We so appreciate you. And again, I just want you to get richer. It's nothing personal. Don't forget, you must do one little thing to ensure your success in this stock market. If you are going to be a successful option writer, you not only have to take the classes and maybe have a one-on-one with me, something like that, but you also have to honor the Knights of NEAT. Do not forget to honor the Knights of NEAT. You're kidding yourself if you're not going to honor the Knights of NEAT. That you think you're going to make money, you're out of your mind. Get over there. And thank you very much for participating in the NEAT emoji attack on the channel. There we go. Boeing Tiger, Richard Carlin, Jeff Glass. Here they come. NEAT, NEAT. James of the Misty Tree. NEAT, 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 NEAT. Here they go. They're coming in. You know the power behind this market. You know who the almighty powerful people are behind this stock market. It is not Donald Trump. It is not Elon Musk. They're pawns. They're nothing burgers. The power behind this market is controlled by the mysterious group of followers that attract all kinds of people bowing in their presence. Right there is one example right there. Even kings bow in front of the Knights of NEAT, and bunnies. Don't forget the wild bunnies. They bow in the presence of the Knights of NEAT. Do not make the Knights of NEAT angry. You are in such trouble. Don't get caught not honoring the Knights of NEAT. It must be done. Thank you all for your continued honoring of the Knights of NEAT and following this channel. Snow Moon, Corinne, Manager, B Tizzle, NEAT, 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 NEAT. Thank you all so much for being part of this familia. I so appreciate you. I love it when you guys get richer. It's just so much fun. Thank you again, everyone. Jay Gill, NEAT, NEAT, NEAT. There you go. Open your window, yell it at the top of your lungs. Make sure your neighbors know. But don't tell them I told you to do that, especially when the cops come. Don't mention my name. Just say an angel told me to do it. Yeah, voice in my head. Yes, NEAT, NEAT. Juan knows. Nico knows. NEAT, NEAT, NEAT. There you go. Don't get me into trouble. I didn't start this party. I'm just saying, you got to honor the Knights of NEAT. Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you for joining me and Jennifer here today. It's been a slice and a pleasure. It is wonderful. Well done, those of you who have liberated yourselves from the prison you were located in. Thank you, Uncle Bruce and Eddie Jen from Nico. Way to go. You're like Andy Dufresne here. Come outside. Let the rain fall on your face. and bathe your body and wash the prison gunk away and become a real slick looking option writer. Go cash only like this guy. That's what this guy did. He went cash only, you know. He grabbed the warden's money, left town, and lived off of cash. Oh, it's a sweet thing. Thank you all so very, very, very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Get richer. Don't forget tomorrow's Wednesday. So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll see you here tomorrow for more fun. And let's help you count your winnings. And let's get you richer, a lot richer. And say goodbye to your day job. And hello to early retirement. Thank you, Juan. The liberated, yes, the liberated, yes. Okay, kids, have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow, or in case anything crazy happens, I'll be on in a moment's notice. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day today. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.